Hello and welcome back. This is our ninth part of our playthrough of Rogue Legacy. I'm happy to see we're starting with a Hokage right away. Permaroided, attacks knock enemies further. Hypergonadism. Stereo blind, can't see in 3D. That's one of those that I kind of appreciate because it's just fun. Now, I do remember we picked up some new equipment. Can we actually hold any of it? Yes, we can. So we can gain health and mana from that one, but I think there was a second one too. Yeah. Silver limbs, I don't care as much about those because that's magic. Alright, so we'll put on the silver helm and we'll go see if there's anything else we can buy back here. I'm going to go ahead and raise our equip up. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking I would really love to hear if anyone has any opinions on the Monster Hunter series. Not that I see myself making any videos of it, I just wonder what everybody thinks of it. I find it pretty enjoyable once you understand it. Hard to get into, of course, though it is a little bit simplified, or perhaps a lot simplified, with the addition of Monster Hunter World, and really Generations kind of streamlined it a little bit too. I'll use the euphemism streamlined. Hermes boots. I feel like we had those last time too. So we are still working on the forest. Still wanting to hunt down Alexander. Still failing to do so. Yeah, I know this would be quicker just to stand at the bottom and swing my sword, but it's kind of fun to see how far down I can make it before I mess that up. I should probably slow down a little bit. Okay, I think I got everything that can reach me here. Just have that plant down below, well, at least 2 plants. Yeah, 2. Hawk got him to turn his back. Then I made him do his Julius Caesar impression. Another journal entry. Now he's finally in the forest. That actually sounds legitimately scarier than anything I've actually encountered in game so far. It's kind of funny that that room would come right after that. Oh, I forgot his shots would go through the wall. Kind of got tricked by the presence of that mage, whose shots only go through small walls. I was going to say don't go through walls, but they do. Just not thicker ones. So this run's soon going to be coming to an end, I see. That's alright, we need a little warm-up run, right? Alright, we made it. And here's Alexander. That sounds like a good way to die. But I would rather get some more gold first. Not worth trying to get those things. See, the stereo blindness is why it looks like paper being flipped over when things turn around. Doesn't really affect much gameplay wise. I think if I hit something right at the moment that it's not visible when it's turning around, that it might not register the hit. But that's not going to come up very often anyway. Oh, good, I do have two air jumps. That made that a lot easier than it would have otherwise been. I don't know why, but I always like the splitting slime type enemies. Oops. I was paying too much attention to the red shot, and I missed the other one. Okay, one of these would be no problem. There we go. Now there is only one of them. I'm not sure if those are native here or if that's partly the curse rune that I have equipped. It just occurred to me that last time we played I tried Alexandra with the curse rune equipped. Probably, if I'm going to make a serious run on the boss, I need to remove the curse rune. I don't know if that actually affects the bosses, though. I think it only makes stronger enemies sometimes spawn, like, out of depth. What is that? I don't even know. Quantum translocator. Okay. That's what it does. I had forgotten that existed. I can definitely think of some rooms where that's useful, though. So I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't died yet. I've had very little health for a very long time. And I don't know if I want to try this. I don't think I can actually do this. As in, I'm just not going to... Oh, I got it. Vampire Rune Helm. If I can get enough of that kind of stuff, the blood equipment might be worth it. Double KO. I fought the warg and the warg won. Actually, it didn't. Guess we're going with a like. A potty-mouthed like. Yes, I know some people pronounce it lich. I've always pronounced it like, since long before Adventure Time had a lich. Sorry, I'm not sure what I actually want to do right now. I'm always torn about this, but it would use all but 10 of my gold. So I'm going to do it. Just because it seems really efficient. I like ripping this guy off. Can't quite reach him. There we go. Okay, nothing else useful up there. Here we would have a boss that we can maybe actually kill consistently at this point. I kind of wish we could fight them again. Maybe instead of a chest with 3 stat boosts, just 1 or something. I guess really even that would become overpowered though, since you could do it repeatedly once you've gotten it down. Now there is a stronger version of the bosses that you can eventually fight, but if you're fighting those successfully, you probably don't need much more in the way of stat boosts. I don't know why I'm insisting on trying to fight these things in the air. They're clearly better flyers than I am. Now let's see if there's anything up here. So I know I said last time that's the lazy way of beating those, but it's also, in many cases, the safe way of doing it. The safe way, in turn, is the smart way, usually. Let's explore a little bit before we go back across some of those harder parkour style areas. I wonder if this also takes me back into... Nope. That did not take me back into Castle Hampson, which I'm kind of glad about. Notice that in the top, or the right side there. Yep, there he is. That's a rather difficult warg. Oh, I didn't think he could get up here. Killed by Wargenflorken. Kind of like his name, Wargenflorken. Barbarian King it is. 2 left hands and can't cast spells properly. Yeah? What's the character's trait, though? Alright, I'm just going to do health this time. Mostly because it seems like a reasonably good, thorough use of the gold. I do realize that things get more expensive when you spend gold on other things, so it might not always be worth it just to try to use it up. But I like playing somewhat completionist anyway. Not usually quite completion, but I also don't like to just rush through and miss half the content in a game I've paid for. There's a chest up here. Got it. Kinda wish I had removed the curse rune. I wouldn't mind making a real run at Alexander, like actually trying to just find him quickly and execute him. Wait, is there another one of these? Oh, holy cow. Actually, I think there's another 2 of them. You know what? I'm just gonna... I have lots of hit points. I'm a barbarian. Let's go for it. Okay, that was probably not worth it, but it was a room that I don't remember. I've almost certainly seen it before, but I don't know when I might have last seen it. Actually, I'm not entirely certain that I've seen that before. I'm just kind of guessing that I have based on the amount of time I've spent on this game over well, since it was released on the Vita, however long that's been. So for devoting my time on YouTube to playing Switch games, it sure seems like I've been advertising for the Vita a lot lately. But take my word for it, I do prefer the Switch. Yeah, that does sound a little bit insane, doesn't it? Finding the gold and chicken legs and stuff inside of mushrooms and candles. Alright, I guess we have to go down here now. Maybe until we actually get into the forest we can find enough stuff to heal up a little better after that little bone-filled room. It's not worth going after those. Oh, back up to 230 out of 353 going into the forest. That was the only way through that room, right? Yeah, okay. That's the best way to kill a mage before it can cast a spell. Now there, killing it the lazy way would have not been good. Remember that thing I said about liking the slime type enemies? I guess these aren't too bad. There, we did it. Why did we do it? See, there's a fairy chest up there, but I don't see an... Oh, it's just a matter of being able to reach it, which I had just enough jump runes to reach. Balance rune. I believe that is health and mana stealing, which is actually not bad. I might consider that one, especially when I'm like a like. These ones are not always bad if you can take a little time and see a pattern. Oh, never mind. Failed that one. Unfortunately, there is an element of blind jumping involved, which I'm generally okay with in games. I'm not like one of these, oh my gosh, you use RNG, you stink as a developer types. So I'm not really complaining. Just unfortunate in the sense that it made it so that I couldn't get it. Or, not really couldn't, failed to get it would be a better way to put it. Nightmare. I don't know how I managed to get in between those and not take a hit. And there we go. Now I'm taking hits. Right, next, Assassin, Miner, or Assassin. Neither one of these is my favorite. I'm going to go with the miner, and I'm going to expect this to basically end up being a throwaway run. I'm also going to go ahead and maybe pick some things that I have not had yet, just to try to see what else opens up, because I don't remember the layout of the castle anymore. I used to just about have it memorized. Okay, that opened nothing up. This might be the whole castle, but I feel like there might be something up here yet. Sorry, the whole manor. Oops. Alright, now, I'm a miner. I have to remember that. If there's a non-combat class in this game, I'm it. I'm doing okay in the Castle Hampson because I have lots of stat upgrades and stuff, but it won't last. In fact, probably the most correct thing for me to do if I'm going to be a miner right now is to just kind of hang out in Castle Hampson and clear that to collect the gold first. So that, I think, is what I am going to do. And then we can go to the forest if we survive that. See that coming. Gotta admit, I'm feeling kind of incompetent right now at this. That could have gone a lot worse. I guess staying in Castle Hampson has at least a little bit less merit when you have the curse rune equipped, because those guys are definitely not otherwise native to the castle. Although I guess I don't know for sure that they don't have special rooms they appear in, kind of like some of the higher level skeletons. This room drives me nuts because I'd like to be able to reach them. Okay, I'm just going to die here. That's okay. That's a shame. I was actually kind of in a good rhythm there. And I lost it. I got a little too overeager. Alright, one more. Give me something I like. I guess I'll choose between the barbarians here. You know, the paladin has dwarfism. I kind of like that. I'm going to go with the paladin. I haven't used one for a while. I also kind of want to raise my defense, but I also want to raise my equipment, because I know that I'm going to need more eventually. Alright, Dwarven Paladin. Sounds good to me. I had forgotten. I like the dwarven trait for some of the parts of the castle that it kind of opens up, so to speak. But I forgot that I really dislike what it does to my reach. That really makes it harder to play the game. And that's okay. I mean, that's probably actually a pretty good trade-off. Concentration mode. Ooh, almost didn't make that. Retaliation rune. Oh. That's okay. That could have been worse. I'm gonna keep... No, I want the axe. I think there's a few more places where the axe is useful that other spells just don't work. Mostly because of the way that it flies through walls. There are a lot of fairy chests in the castle right now. And they're ones I can actually finish. Retaliation rune helm. I don't care for the retaliation rune. I feel like taking damage in this particular game, like normally I'm all about being a tank and that would be fine, but in this game it just doesn't seem to work very well. I mean, it does its job. If you use the retaliation rune and take damage, you will do damage back, but the risk versus reward on that is not very good in this game. It's relatively too hard to recover your health then, compared to, say, Diablo 3. No, I want to actually make this a useful run, so I don't want to go into the Maya. Where else could I have gone? Okay, down, and then left, and then down. I do generally do okay as a Dwarven Hokage, and that's kind of how this is playing out right now. Somehow. Alright, I was thinking I was playing the miner again, was getting ready to explore the castle better. Wait, that's not the way I need to go anyway. I do need to go down. Okay then. Not sure how my attack is high enough to be killing all these things this easily. I know Paladin's kind of balanced, so it does hit harder than the Barbarian. But I don't think I had attack pumped that much. Oh, I got stuck in the Paladin, or the dwarf hole down there. I think that's the first time I ever had one of those actually like mess me up and kind of sort of caused me to take more damage. Okay. Okay. This has been one of the more challenging layouts I've had when it comes to finding the forest, for sure. Probably the most challenging one I've had in that regard. Yeah, I did land a hit on it. Okay, you need to go away. It's just something I've been enjoying about this room, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Might just be that I'm doing pretty well in it. Jeez. Just walk right off the cliff, why don't we? Alright, I think we found the forest. Yep. Glad he missed. I see a chest icon down there. And a whole mess of wargs, which would be a bit easier to deal with if I had a longer sword. That's kind of a shame. I was thinking maybe we'd actually have a decent chance against Alexander. But that might have blown it. That room would be great without the guns at the end. Sage sword. I don't remember what that does. And this is probably actually my last run for today, so we'll have to find out next time. I'm glad you can overshoot that. Otherwise that'd be a whole lot harder. That is my third retaliation rune today. Is that the third one this run? Or were the other two during the last run? I don't remember. What I'm guessing that means is that I'm running out of different runes I can find at this part of the game. Which is okay, because I like to find them all, and that would be a good way to know that I'm on track. What is that flying through the background? Looks like there's a person. Oh, jeez. Alright, continuing to the right. Oh, this part. Well, now I have it more thinned out, so it'll be even easier. What do you have for me this time? Oh, imagine that, Hermes boots. That's twice this time and once the other day. It's also twice in one day that I've slain a warg and been slain by it at the same time. Alright, I feel like I had some pretty good runs here. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, like. Always welcome comments. I try to respond to as many of them as I can. And I do appreciate constructive feedback. I hope that the rest of you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching.